Power BI. So I am pretty much sure you are aware of web scraping. That's why you joined the session. But in case someone new and might not aware of that, let me pull what is web scraping. Okay, so web scraping is nothing but uh, basically graving the data from the web, and it's also called like the web harvesting, scraping, web data extraction, web passing, a lot of different names. So basically what we do in such cases, we pull data from a website, parse it, and according to our need, we will dump into some database or some Excel file, whatever you want to say. So obviously there are tons of the software you can find freely available into the market, and there are all the language almost, like if you are like following the programming language, uh, Python, C Sharp, Java, everyone can do with reasonable amount of efforts this web scraping part. But as we are working on this Power BI series, so definitely we will going to talk about how easy it is to grab the data, extract the data, or pass the data from Power BI side. So before jumping into this directly, this is one of the biggest question: why should we do web scraping? So I just mentioned like 4 pointers here, like the lead generation, marketing automation, market analysis, and price comparison. There might be a ton of different reasons for doing the web scraping. For example, let me say, suppose you are your competitor posting something on your Instagram where they have 40 40k plus uh, uh, followers, but you know their product is not good, but your product is good, and if you circulate those product detail to your 40 plus that 40k people who is following your competitor, you will become in the market. So what is the easiest way? You go to Instagram, grab all those, do some kind of web scraping, crawl all the followers and send them DM. Although it's a kind of cheating, but this is how the competition is growing on. So, like for example, you might heard of like suppose you want to buy some new shoes from a website, suppose Amazon. So you might compare other competitor as well, like what is the price of that particular Nike or Reebok shoes to different websites. So the easiest way, like either you go, if it is a single product, definitely you will go and search on the website. But if you are creating such kind of tool which compare the price and give your end customer, okay, this is the price on Amazon, this is the price on Flipkart, this is the price on Walmart. So that kind of tool, that kind of feature in which you need price comparison, do market analysis, how much price is up and down, and so those kind of bulky data you firstly pull from the different website, do your logic, and share with your end customer. I think this is one of the instrument. Okay, so the question is web scraping better, faster than APIs? Uh, so basically, the thing is like sometimes like see, uh, so as I mentioned, sometimes like the cheating or also API definitely give you faster results, definitely, because it's like point oriented. Whatever you need, that particular piece you can get. But on the same time, the thing is like when you talk about web scraping, it is not necessary all the sites or all the uh, end websites provide you with web API. If you talk about, for example, uh, the simple sites, Amazon and Flipkart, those can provide you API for product search and product listing. But if you talk about any other local sites which is popular but not they cannot provide you API. So in such cases, you need web scraping kind of thing that will help you to grab the product detail or kind of thing. So it depends, like whether those APIs available or not. And sometimes you already aware, like sometimes when they provide the APIs, they charge something, right? So if you want like to grab something without paying the charges, then this is one of the options. Definitely, depending upon how much you can utilize it. But yeah, uh, web scraping is a totally different thing, and how you apply logic on API. So API, as I mentioned, like for example, if you talk about Amazon, and if you want like the product listing, so you provide your authentication key, your product category, and send it to Amazon, and then from there they will provide you the details of the product. So yeah, let me tell you more detail. So one more question came: do I need to be aware of basic HTML, CSS? So this is one of the coolest thing that for Power BI web scraping, we do not need to worry about understanding a lot of these things, HTML, CSS. It is just like I will show you then an example. You can easily grab the data without writing much code, and the code is like literally if you want to change it, a single line of code. So we will discuss that, so do not need to worry. And definitely once you start using the Power BI, you understand like it is not complicated, it's very easy. And I'm pretty much sure you're already aware of how we are going through this learning series. You understand it's not complicated thing. Okay, now moving forward. So I think we discussed mostly what is web scraping and what are the different reasons for you want to learn web scraping. So without wasting time, let's directly jump into an example. Okay, so this is one of the example I would like to take. Let me pull. Okay, let me pull Power BI desktop. Okay, are you people able to see my screen? Anyone? Can you please confirm?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So what we are going to do, okay, thank you. So what we are going to do, we are going to extract data from one of the source, and let's see. So before showing that, let me grab what is the data about. Okay. Because we already have Amazon, and so in India, I know a couple of people joined from out of India. So just wanted to share, similar to Amazon, this is one of the shopping cart which is Shop Plus, and I'm fitness freak, although I am heavy lifter, but still like I can see the fitness equipment most of the time, and these are the fitness equipment. So let's see how we can grab the product, the price from this Shop Plus URL. Okay, so without wasting much time, the easiest way, if you are not aware already, let me show you. So whenever you want to grab the data, what you need to do, click on get data, which have ample amount of data source from where you want to fetch the data, because we are currently want to fetch the data from a web, a shopclues website URL. Do one thing, let's copy it, okay, paste it and say okay. Then what will happen in the background? Power BI is mostly intelligent enough where you can see all the data which you are seeing, uh, because this data, like this entire data, LED digital rupees 60% and free shipping, all this data would be grabbed by Power BI easily. So once we're done with that URL, what is coming over here? So here we are getting few tables, okay. So let me show you this. So you can see without writing, okay, so without writing any code, the entire data of that particular web page we already have in our table. So if you see side by side, let me bring that URL also. Demark double spring tummy trimmer, okay, it's there. LED digital black silicone unisex brand, okay. Black leather gym, okay, that is there. Then rupees 349, obviously it is there. Could you please mute yourself if someone is like, please.
Hey
Okay.
Rajat, could you
Yeah,
please show the all the columns?
sure. Let me show you that thing also. Okay. So whatever the table structure, we will discuss it more. Like what will happen if you don't have the specific columns. I will show you that also. Okay. So do not need to worry. But in currently you can see the column in which we are interested, like the name, rupees, then percentage of, okay, then and this free shipping. So that part you can see easily. Let me pull that. Okay. So now you can see the same thing. So we have the name of the product, rupees, in which the amount which is sold, how much percentage we are getting, and the actual cost, and also the free shipping. If free shipping is there, then definitely we are getting the free shipping detail as well. So you can see over here where the free shipping is not there, that is null. But if there is a free shipping mentioned, that is there. Now, one of the question you might be think like, okay, this is straightforward. So in the background, what is happening? So everyone is aware, like mostly this kind of structure, either div or HTML. If you worked on the website, uh, HTML programming, so mostly it might be HTML, or that kind be uh, a, a div or HTML combination. So in such cases, what is happening in the background? Power BI internally do some kind of programming or understand the pattern, and according to that pattern, it grab all those data which is mentioned. Now you might be thinking like, what are these other tables? So these other tables are basically whatever the table structure, rest other table data you can find here in the down. There is other things also mentioned. So these things also Power BI extracted and put into the table. So generally we are interested in this, but in case like, okay, you are not satisfied with the data, like whatever you are seeing, you are not satisfied with that data. So I will tell you that thing also. But in general, like if you are satisfied, just select that table option and load it. Okay. So once you, okay, I selected two tables. Okay, there is already one table with the same name. That's why. The next example which we will discuss is more related to cricket. IPL is in full fledged currently, so we'll discuss that. So this is your table data. Now, suppose you want to perform some kind of data uh, analysis or something like that. That can be done easily. Just go to this data transform. Okay, so you will get that. Let me rename this table right away. So this is the table of shop close. Okay, you can rename the columns over here. Like this is your product, this is your, yeah, this is your price, and this is your discount. So similarly, like you can give a bunch of amount of column name and do this kind of operation which you can see here. Like you can remove duplicate, you can add column from example, you can split the column. So if you want to suppose uh, we want to split this column by price, numerical and non-numerical. So you can see the rupees part is already uh, like we already segregated with just single click, and there is a price which is now the numeric value. So why I change is mostly like if you do some kind of aggregation operation that would not be performed on text value. So you definitely need numerical value. So what you need to do now, your price is segregated. If you want to keep this column, just keep it, otherwise remove it. There is no issue. Once this part is you have, you need to, this is one of the main important thing. Like when you have this data, which is currently, like you can see the ABC part is there, which means the data is in text form. So you cannot perform the aggregation operation over there. So what you need to do, either depending upon your data type, whether it's a decimal or whole number or whatever, you can give that, suggest that data type. So I can say this is a whole number. Okay. So this is a whole number. Similarly, if you want to extract this column, which is like actual amount, so you can extract this also by the same thing. Like where is that option? I forgot. Uh, where is split? Sorry about that. Split non-digit digit. Okay. So this is your column. You don't need it. Say it actual amount. Okay. And give the data type to whole number. That's it. Once you're done with your changes, when you did the massaging of the data, close and apply, and you are good to go. So it will take a bit time, but once it is done, you're good to go. So you just drag and drop, and you can see the cars, and already we already discussed. So the total amount of the product is like 14K. And if you want to show something like in the tabular format, just click on tabular and say what is product wise the price. So this is your product wise price. Okay. So let me enlarge it. Okay. So you can see like you have all the data without writing a single line of code. Isn't it cool? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Now let me do one
One
thing.
question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
We can fetch data from any website.
Yeah, we can do. Let me do one thing right away. I can show you one more example. Um, mm, just a minute. I'm pulling one of the data from the Wikipedia. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, so are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like COVID-19 pandemic in India. This is one of the data which you can see. And suppose in this data you are interested in this particular table which is shown over here, cells union territory. Okay, COVID-19 pandemic. So what you need to do, just copy this URL, go to get data, click on web, and after this I will show you if you that particular data in which you are interested is not there, then what you need to do. I will showcase that thing also. Okay. Okay, so you can see the entire page is parsed in tables. Okay, so you might have the different data also available, but in which you are interested, just search that table. Okay, and you can select that particular table. So this is the table in which we are interested. Okay, so I'm going to select this table and load it. Once that table is loaded, you can just click on that table and you can see the data in the data view. Okay, so this is the table which we are looking into: state, union territory, case, death, recoveries, and this is the list of the data. Like this is your states, this is the cases, death, and recovery. Okay, now whatever the uh, like massaging you want to do, definitely you need to go to transform data and just click on it. Once you're done with this transform data, you will get the table. Okay, suppose I don't want the first row. Okay, so what I will do, I will remove the top row. Could you please mute yourself, whoever like on his mic? Okay, so this is done. Now what you can do, use first row as a header. Okay, so whatever you are seeing over here, that is treated as header. Okay, now just select it and obviously do the data transformation whatever is needed. So you can see like how easily we can like change this. Okay, I hope till now you people are following me and it's not seeing as difficult, which you might be thinking for the web scraping part. Like you do not need to understand the HTML, you do not need to understand the other stuff. Okay, sorry, I am muting. I will mute a couple of people. Sorry about it. Whenever you need, you please unmute yourself and ask questions. There is no issue uh, because it might be recording. Yeah, so that will create the problem. And meanwhile, just wanted to share,
So Rajat, Rajkumar this side.
yeah,
So Rajat, we can transform the data on more of the logic. Like we can imply more logic on the data and then we can transform it, right? Just because here we are just applying a one row logic, but yeah, we can apply
yeah.
more. logical parts in the algorithm one, or maybe we can put it in some other ways by which we can apply our logic, and then after that we can show the data, and even I think we can save this data also in our SQL table, right?
Yeah, you can like save this data obviously. Apart from this, there are plenty of option, like you can do, as I mentioned, the massaging of the data. That is up to you, what kind of feature or what kind of operation you need. So that tons of operation you can apply the Azure machine learning as well, text analysis as well. Suppose you want to grab the data for current time being, if you talk about the SSR case, so you want to see like what is the positive sides or negative comments on that Twitter analysis. So you just apply this text analysis, whatever the data you are grabbing from the Twitter, that is perfectly fine, and apply that feature. So you can have the ratio of positive or negative tweets, those kind of, and from where the tweets are coming. So we are going to cover whenever that thing we get the time. Although if you see on the indian.net.wordpress.com, I already created that sentiment analysis for maybe Chokidar Hu, when there was election. So similarly, like we can do n number of operations. There is no issue. Now, let me, and meanwhile, just wanted to share, like in couple of minutes, it might be possible, like our session will get dropped in 5 minutes. So please do not need to worry. Just rejoin the same link. Okay, the link will be open. Now, this is one of the interesting thing. Everyone might be, although now, uh, although the cricket craze is also gone, but let's see how many people are interested. So for this, let me pull the website. Okay, so this is the simple ESPN Crick Info website where they mention. Sorry, my monitor's resolution is having some issue, so I will go with this size only. So when you see this Crick Info table series season 2020, basically it's showing you the team name, uh, number of match played, whatever won, whatever lost, not resulted, endpoint, and NRR, which is net run rate. So you can see the detailing over here. Okay. So this is 2020. Now, what about 2008? So this is 2008. So since the time that IPL is running, every data you will have over here. I'm surprised, like you didn't ask that question, but I am going to tell you that thing as well. Like what happened, like if this this particular page, which we are seeing right now, having more page. So how can we grab more pages detail? Okay, so that I am going to tell you, because that needs some kind of trick, and in this example we are going to learn that. Okay, so you can see, like when we select 2008, what is happening here? The year is changing. Okay, when we select 2009, what is happening? Year is changing. Rest entire URL is the same, but only the part which is changing is year. Okay, so the easiest way which we can do, we will go with the each URL, copy it, and good to go. For example, if you talk about, let me move to 2008 again. Okay, so I just copy it, going to get data, web, and paste this URL and click OK. So without writing a single line of code, you can get entire data in a minute. Yeah, we have that. So you can see Rajasthan Royal, match, won, lost. This is T, which is tie, then net result, point, NNR. So entire data you grab within a minute without writing a single line of code. Okay. Now if you load it, let me load it. Because I already have table 1, so that's why Power BI renamed it table 1 bracket 2. Okay. So within a minute, we will be come back on the same meeting link actually, because the session is not over. So if it's disconnected, please rejoin. Okay. So this is your table 1 bracket 2, and if you see the data, it's showing Rajasthan Royal, match, won, lost, tie, and then point, net result. Perfect. So far, so good. Any issue so far? Let me tell you
No
it.
issues.
Sorry.
And no issues, Rajat.
Okay, thanks. So this is IPL 2008. So Pranam is asking, do I have to do it for every year or duplicate the query? Change the following. That is one of the option, but as you know, this is our like countable right now, 5 uh, 5 to 10 years. But what will happen when you have n numbers of years? Then that process which you are doing the manually would not work. So that's why we are going to do one step ahead and do a minor change in a Power Query by which we can grab the data. So I will tell you, do not need to worry. Uh, okay, so so far we understood like how to fetch the data, and the question which came like what happened, like do I need to scroll for each year, copy the same query for the each year, or uh, what is the other way? Okay, so now we let me know once are you able to see my screen?
Unmute.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you everyone for confirmation. Okay, so what we actually need to do, basically, again, we need to go to transform the data. Okay, this is one of the main thing whenever you are working with the Power BI, this is one of the main thing. Okay, just remember this. So firstly, let me click on this, and you can see all the steps which we performed so far, means not us, basically Power BI perform itself. Everything is mentioned over here. So you can see like it grabbed the source, then extract the table from HTML, promoted the header, and then change the type. So let me rename it so we will have some more clarity. So this is match, this is won, okay, this is lost, okay, and what is this is NR? I forgot. Let me check. What is this NR?
Net run rate.
No,
Net
no
run rate.
result.
No
No
result.
result.
The number of match abandoned. So I don't think we require it. Let it be. Then this is point. This is net run rate NRR. Perfect. So we have our data here, but you can see. So those who are not aware of the Power BI and not worked earlier, just wanted to share. If you're seeing ABC on the header, it's a text column. If you see 1, 2, 3, it's a numerical column. Perfect. So what you are seeing here, like the 1, 2, 3. So in front of the team, which we don't require, go to again the click, right click, split the column, non-digit to digit. Okay. So what I did, sorry, I did something wrong. If it did something wrong, do not need to worry. Click over here. This is split column, digit to non-digit. So the first one is your digit and the second one is non-digit. Okay, so this record still we do not need, remove it, and the rename it by the team to, let's just rename to team. Now, what is happening behind? So far you have seen like Power BI doing web scraping internally, but what exactly is going in the behind? So let me show you this. Just click on the advanced editor. Once you click that advanced editor, so you can see internally what Power BI did using the Power Query. This is called Power Query. Source equal to web browser content and whatever the URL you want to grab, that URL. Then extract the table from HTML, HTML.table, and extracting it. This is your passing logic. Promoted the header. Okay, so you just promoted that this is my header, and then the change the type, whatever the type Power BI understood, like okay, this should be the type, team should be the text type, and this match should be the numeric type. So it internally does all the things. You do not need to worry. From here our step started. We renamed the column, we splitted the column, and we removed the column. This, after rename, these are our steps. Rest everything whatever you have seen so far, like for 1, 2, 3, 4, this steps is done by Power BI. Now for the ease of us, let you already did the programming. What is the best way to change this URL, like from 2008 to 2009, 2011, 2012?
Make a loop. Make a loop
Make a loop.
with the
Okay.
years.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. Anyone else? Okay, so let me tell you, this is your static or constant URL. What you need here, you need this year should be replaced with a variable. Perfect. So that's what we need. We need, instead of year, we need an year. So I already did it. So let me show you how to do this. So this is your year, year as a text, because it's a text string. Okay, so we define the year as a text string. Okay, and now what we need to do, we need to replace this by the variable. So what we need to do there, so we replaced it with year. I think some syntax error again. Anyways, let me pull that. Okay, so what we did, we replaced it with an year. Okay, so year as a text, and we replace it as a parameter. Once we're done with this, so now this entire query which we mention over here, that treated as a function. In this in the table itself, we see advanced editor. We replace this year with this. Now once you're done with this, it converted itself as a function. Okay, so here if you want, now this is our function and year as a parameter. Now if you want like 2009, we just said 2009 and invoke. So what will happen? Invoke function is called, okay, and we got 2009 data. So to confirm whether it's a 2009 data or not, let me go over here. Instead of 2008, let me replace it with 2009. So you can see Delhi Captain 14 10 4. Just make a couple of rows match. So 14 10 4. Okay. Then Chennai Super King 14 8 5. Okay. So it's perfect. Now what? We don't want to invoke this function every time by saying like this is my year, this is my year. No, we want something to be dynamic. So for this, what you need to do one thing, go to query and say blank query. Okay, right here equal to, give a list item over here. So how we can do 2008 to 2019 or 20. 20 is running, so let's go with the 19. Okay, just enter it. So it will generate a list of year. You can see. Now what you need to do, to table. It's a list, so we need to convert it to table and say this as year. Perfect. So now we have from 2008 to 2019 all the years. So far so good. We whatever we need, we have already in our hand. So we need from 2008 to 2019. Now what we need, actually we need to fetch all the data for this year, this year, this year, this year. So we already created a function which is IPL table by providing the variable name. Now if you see over here, we need to invoke custom function. Okay, so what we need to invoke, we need to invoke this function. And what is the year variable? So select the column name, and what is the column name over here? Year. And then say okay. What's wrong here? Text. Sorry about that. That should be text. And then invoke function, IPL table, and then year. Okay. So sometimes like this kind of errors came because of the data type. So to make sure like you provide the proper data type. So we converted it to text, and then the table is there. Now if you see that there is a this symbol over there, just click on that. Okay, we don't need the original name, just click okay. Wow. So for 2008 to 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 2019, we have entire data. Okay, now this data should be numeric. So go and transform the data type to be numeric, means this should be whole number. So make it whole number. Sorry. And this should be like the decimal number. So select it and say decimal number. Oh, I did something wrong. Sorry about that. I changed the wrong column actually. So this is whole number. This is whole number. Okay. And this should be, just select that column and click on data type. So this should be decimal number. Okay. Now let me revisit the IPL table function again. So when you click over here and say advanced editor, so what we did actually, we just replace this year with the year variable which we created. Okay. The next question is, can I use detect data type instead of changing the data type in column? Yeah, that can be done. But most of the time, like if these columns are like countable enough, you just change yourself, because sometimes like it again like the uh, whether you want a precise value or not. So that can be an issue. So I generally prefer to make the changes myself, like whenever I do this kind of thing. So with this function execution, we have all the tables data, and let me close and apply here. So till now we have all the data which you mentioned, like from 2008 to 2019 or 20. So that without doing much efforts, like we just change a variable and everything seems to be okay. We didn't write a single line of code, and we invoked entire data. So this is one of the beauty of Power BI, that you do not need to write a huge amount of the code and understand the HTML part also. That can be doable without understanding much. Although that there should be knowledge of HTML, I don't deny with it. But the best part is you do not need to be expert. If you are aware of something, that's quite okay. Now, let it refresh. Meanwhile, what I'm going to share. So with this, the data which we fetched, with this data, you can do your dashboarding, or you might like, if you play MPL or something like that, although I don't like, but if you play something like game, you can like analyze the previous performance and can predict accordingly. So we can apply the machine learning over here as well, like which team worked better in last IPL. So what is, it's depend upon the person to person how they can use it. And before the session, I just grabbed that data and created a small chart. So you can see like this is a won and lost by the team. So Mumbai Indians, how much data is there? So this is 103 matched won so far and 674 lost. And this is like lost by the team. And you can select the team. You can filter by the team. You can filter by year. That is quite possible. So this is the easiest way of web scraping. Now, one thing I would like to share in advance, which is not asked, but before going into that, just wanted to understand, are you people okay with whatever we are seeing right now? Or do you have any query or any other questions? Do you like this tool so far?
Yes, Raj.
Perfect. Okay, so let me pull the same example actually. So just wanted to share, like you already seen this example. Okay, so as you move the forward, like when you move for the load more pages, basically what is happening here, you can see the page number is changing. Okay, so the easiest way what you can do, you just replace this page number with the variable which we did for the year. Okay, everything would be same there. Now let me do one thing. I am pulling the same shop clues website, but I'm showing something different here. Okay, and what is that? Let me showcase. So suppose you pull a website for web scraping and you think, yeah, okay, this pattern, whatever is you are seeing right now, it's not good. I don't need it. Then what is your next step? What you need to do? So that part we are going to understand. Suppose this is the column which you got and you say, no, I don't like this. I need something different. So no worries. There is an option called add table using example. If you see on the left side bottom, just click on it. Okay. So on the upper side, there is a website. Entire website would be there. Okay. And on the downside, this is the column. So let click on the first part and say car point fitness ball. So I think this is the name of this fitness ball. Then this is Leoboni double wheel. Just click on it. And you see automatically the row like Levin M3 Black is there. Sports Fitness 50 kg is there. Now let's move to the next one, and it's in Indian hot shape. Sorry, I captured. Then what is the next item? Yoga City Red. So just remember, you need to give the correct name over here. So once you're done with this, all the product would be there. Okay. Now what you need, this is my price column. So the first column, first car point price is $549, I think. I've missed some dot what or something like that. So just remember, whatever is written there, you need to write exactly the same for the sake of this. Okay. Then 329. All good. So your price is there and you are good to go. Just click on it, add. Your custom table is ready now. So if you see over here, this is your custom table. Because I did some mistake or something like that, but the percentage off is also coming. But that can be like transform anyways. So you can see how easily, without understanding the much bigger logic of the HTML, you can grab the data easily. Okay. Once you're done with this, just load it and perform some operation on your data and you're good to go. Now, let me pull the web PPT again. So far we understood like how easy it is. So with this, the session is over. Okay. And if you are not aware of me, so I am Rajat Jaswal, and basically we are running this community for since long time, 2008 or 2009, and we are hoping like more and more people engage in this and share their knowledge and help the community. Okay.